Welcome everyone to Living with the Times. This week's Torah portion is Va'era, and here we begin the description of the 10 plagues that God brought upon Egypt and led to the Exodus and the redemption from Egypt. So a question could be asked, why 10 plagues? Why not 1? Why not 7? Why not 12? What is the significance that there are 10 plagues? So what we're going to do in very quick fashion is to see that this number 10 plays itself out from the creation of the world all the ways to the coming of Mashiach. And many of these events are tied together by the number 10. So first we begin with the creation. According to tradition in Pirkei Avot, the world was created through 10 expressions of speech. The example is, and God said there would be light, and there was light. And this occurs actually 9 times, and the 10th one is considered the first verse of the Torah itself. But it repeats over and over again, and God said, and then whatever God said came into being. So the tradition is God created the world through these 10 expressions of speech. Now, according to Kabbalah, these 10 expressions are none other than the 10 sefirot, the divine channels to which an infinite God creates and maintains a finite world. These 10 sefirot appear everywhere in creation. And then we're told that there are 10 generations from Adam to Noah. And then the world is destroyed in a flood, but Noah and family survive the flood and they begin the world. And that was after 10 generations. And then there's another 10 generations until Avram comes. Avram is in the 20th generation, but again, it's described as from Noah to Avram as 10 generations. Avram becomes the first Jew, and according to tradition, he was tested 10 times. In other words, for Avram to reach his full potential, he went through a series of 10 tests. We're told in Chassidut that these 10 tests are not just tests of Avram. Every person metaphorically, symbolically goes through a series of tests in their life. I think we can all subscribe to the many tests that we go through. But again, the number is 10. So obviously we're seeing a pattern here now, that the creation of the world is now reflected in the creation of the soul that will be the first Jew. And then Avram is promised by God not only to inherit the land, but actually 10 lands, 10 nations that Avram will eventually inherit. So here is the full potential of Avram being expressed in the inheritance of the Holy Land, an expanded Holy Land. And this brings us to the 10 plagues. In other words, to get from the promise to just one person, to Avram, until we come into the land, that to go from exile to redemption, from slavery to freedom, again, it's through this symbolic number of 10 plagues. And so we see that this number 10 over and over is a a number that represents creation, transition, and elevation. And so we were elevated from the status of being slaves to a status of being free people. And then 50 days after leaving Egypt, we received the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai. And so these two are very much connected, that the transition from slavery to freedom happened through 10 plagues, and we call it the cementing of the Jewish people's new position or status in the world is connected to receiving the Torah. But the idea is that the Torah was meant to be brought into the land of Israel. Israel is to create a society that will be a light unto the nations. So it's interesting that our capital city, Jerusalem, really the spiritual focus of the world for millennium, we're told that there were 10 portions of beauty given to the world, and Jerusalem took 9 of them. So again, the number 10 is used to express the beauty and the holiness of the land of Israel. And one final 10 is, we're told that throughout history, going all the way back to Adam until Mashiach, there will be 10 archetypal songs sung throughout creation. 9 of them appear in the Tanakh, in the Bible, and the 10th is waiting for Mashiach. We're told this is a song that Mashiach will teach the whole world, and that is Shiru Hashem Shir Chadash. Sing to God a new song. So here we have the number 10 going from creation all the ways to representing the Messianic era. And we saw that throughout history, the 10 expressions of creation that are in essence the 10 sefirot and the 10 generations from Adam to Noach, another 10 generations from Noach to Abraham, the 10 tests of Abraham, the 10 nations that Abraham will inherit, the 10 plagues, which gave us freedom, but the ultimate freedom is receiving the 10 Commandments on Sinai, and then taking it into Eretz Yisrael, where we will, Bezrat Hashem, merit to hear a new song, Shiru Hashem Shir Chadash, with the inception of the Messianic era.